Hello, hello. This is a rare grinding stream. I don't usually do this because most of the time I don't have time to do plunder hunts and stuff. But yeah. So sleepy. I'm just going to do until 5 p.m. GMT+8. Then I'll go sleep because I have raid. I mean, not raid, but blossoms later and raid later. At 10-ish. 5 should be around like 2 or 3 a.m. for me. Like, I think 2 a.m. Yeah, I saw him fighting plunder partner. Then me and Slowpoke actually lacking one, and then no one wants to do plunder hunt right now because they all finished. So end up I just asked Slowpoke whether he wants to just find Macari since he was also searching for people to do. Yeah. Otherwise, usually we like to do with guildies instead. Like everyone finished their 20 Jade. I didn't do much plunder, so I'm still like really behind. What the fuck? Didn't crit? I think I can do at 1 minute flat if all my Jades are 20. I think should be around 1 minute flat. Why am I not doing damage? Depends on Slowpoke. Like, I rarely do plunder hunts. Right? The election vote. Like, to be honest, I won't even be streaming if I can stream my Saturday runs. I'm just streaming because I didn't stream my Saturday runs this week due to my runs being fragmented. It's very hard for me to actually string it for content, because like a lot of the times it's like how much? Sorry, I didn't read. Okay. Yeah, like most like sometimes there's like 2 or 3 hours of waiting time between each run, so it's not really good for streaming. Yeah, it looks really nice. Like, I really like the class back when I still play in the Taiwanese server, but then like it was like very tilted because of the revamp being very shit. Then I didn't play him anymore. But I really like the class. Like, it's really cool, especially the tumble animation or side step for flirts. Yeah, it's very cool. I really like that animation. Like, I played the class because the tumble animation is really cool. Hello. In fact, I haven't do plunder hunts for about a month already. I only do today because I feel like I need to stream something, since it's been a long time since I last streamed. Like, I mean, last stream farming content, probably 2 months or so. Did he sit 15k on the party? I never checked. Oh yeah, it's 15k. Okay. Oh god. I got not back. Yeah, I still play Defensio. It's just that my service team can't handle me on Defensio because the DPS difference is too big. But my sub is now Perma Defensio. Oh, I mean the farming streams, not raid streams. Raid streams I do a lot, but not the farming streams. Like, it's been like 2 months since I last streamed something about like me doing farming content. Something like that, yeah. My sub is going to stay Defensio permanently. My main depends on like what content. Like, if I'm sure that they won't lack DPS, then maybe I can play Defensio in raiding. But it's really hard to say because like sometimes it's better for them to have like more DPS than needed, just to avoid like fails. But at least you will see me playing Defensio in my Gus Hardcore party, because my sub is going to be the tanker for Slowpoke's party, and probably will do Defensio also on their treasure party starting next week. So that's a thing. If you like grinding, you like the gameplay, yeah, it's worth getting in. But I'll suggest not to invest in too much unless you are really into like the endgame rating and stuff. If you are playing as a solo player, don't spend too much on the game. If you are playing with friends, then it depends on like how much your friends and you are willing to invest in the game. Like the end as the game itself is still good. It's just that you'll need to spend quite a lot to get into the endgame rates. That's the only problem. And spending makes a very huge difference in terms of damage. That's the only thing you need to note. But you can play the game without spending too much. Like the newest raids all have an easier version, so you can just do the easier version. It's not a really big deal. Like there's little to no mechanic difference, so you will get the same experience in lower floors, as long as you go in with like less DPS or something. Why do I have... Okay. I thought that was the... Why? I want to put debuff, but I end up drinking drink pot. Oh my god. So stupid. I shouldn't put drink pot at 1. But it's not like a lot of content will use it anyways. Oh, perfect. We got the invader. Oh god, I'm going to die. Yay, ingot! Yeah, I can buy character, but I don't feel like it's worth for you to do it unless like you are coming inside the game with friends. How to have friends? Don't know. That's a great question. But I can say some of my experience in DN and like getting a raid party and stuff. But like most of my experience don't really apply anymore because it's like from another server, and I kind of like got the basis like of friends because I play in other servers and stuff. But yeah, the class for dual party, I'll say play Black Mara. It's the best class right now. The other friend, you can ask them to play, I think, for example, ask them to play a support class. Or another DPS is fine, like something that's not Mara and still good. For example, maybe Crusader. That's also a good class. I'll say playing Avalanche also good, since it's an action speed plus ice stack for 2-man parties. She's also not bad. Then maybe Buster is okay also for 2-man parties. Well, he probably will know since I'm streaming later on. You can just tell him that he's in my stream. But yeah, anyways, Physician is also good, but Mara doesn't really need heals that much, so I'm not really sure. But for support wise, Physician is good. Like 2-man party, you either go both like DPS or actually Sniper. Sniper is also a good choice. Sniper, Tempest, all good choices. Like basically you want to find like 2 different classes, like have different buffs, so it's better for the party. Or you just find one with like special debuffs and stuff. Duel is also good, like a duelist with Maron, not bad. But yeah, other stuff was like yeah, basically like that. But if you are looking for the long run, I will only suggest either Mara or Duelist. Then maybe play a support is also good, like a Physician. Thanks for subscription. LF I don't really recommend, because like he's kind of like out of meta right now, because the support abilities aren't really that good. Saint is good. Saint is a good choice. Physician is a good choice. OF not really. Wait for the revamp. Yeah. But I'll really say that Mara can help you save a lot of money, because she does more damage than other classes, so that you don't need to be that geared to dish out good DPS. Need to be not too complicated to play. Mara, I would say, is pretty simple, as in you don't need to learn how to dodge stuff, because you are permanently invincible. Like, Mara is easy to play if you are bad at dodging stuff, but like she have a lot of buttons to press. That's the only downside of Mara, which is not really a downside, because you can just perma-iframe everything, so you don't need to learn how to dodge attacks and stuff. I'll say it's really good. Duelist, quite simple also, because like most of the damage is on the BDJ skill, so it's not like the CD is also long, so you don't need to spam a lot of stuff. I'll say it's fairly easy, but not as easy as Mara in terms of dodging, because Mara doesn't need to dodge. Just that you need to, once you get the rotation of Mara, it's easier to play. That's the only thing. Like, if you really compare Mara and VP, you can see that Mara is way stronger. Just check, like, Joe's timing versus Slowkai's timing on STG. BP is actually not that good also. But yeah, still not as like not really good because the class is really buggy and they nerfed him. Let me see. Why so many defense Jades? But yeah, let me think about what to talk about since like no one's asking questions anymore. Oh yeah, like how to get friends in the end. So what happened to me is that like I got like when I first played DN, I got invited into a guild, like while walking around in game. Then like after joining the guild, people are like really nice. Like once you're inside a good guild, it's really easy for you to find friends, because like you will kind of like interact with them, and then they will post like raid recruitments or nest recruitments. Like you need to join all those stuff if you can. Then once you start blending inside their raid parties and whatever, you'll eventually have like one or two like very good friends that you guys can stick together and farm. So that was like what happened to me. But then like my guild back when I just played DN back in the Taiwanese Dragoness server was like not really that strong. So what I end up doing is that I find a outside raid party for Ice Dragon Nest Hardcore. And then they were posting a recruitment on like the Taiwanese Dragoness forum. So I went inside and applied. They took me in, and then I got a lot of like new friends there. It's pretty fun. Then later on, like I do the same thing for Rune Dragon raids, and yeah, like that's how I get into raids back then. If you are applying for a raid position, you need to be pretty geared. So back then in IDN, like it's actually really expensive for you to get full FD, but I managed to get full FD with the cheap like FD equipments back then instead of using the full Red Dragon equipments. Yeah. So yeah, like if you are applying for a pub party, you need to be geared, like be more geared than the average DPS, so it's easier for you to get in. And yeah, like after like one or two raids, like people know me, people starts to know me, and I become like kind of famous because I end up like publishing like one or two guides on the classes I play. Then like after that, it's really easy for me to find parties. I don't need to post anything. Yeah, under gear they will take you if you are good friends, but that one really still depends, because if your party is like really competitive, they won't take you. Missed. Okay, but yeah, easier way is just be more geared than your teammates, then they confirm will take you. Then later on, like if you are performing very well in the party, people will know you, and then you don't need to be as geared to join like good parties. So yeah, like when I joined C, like my gears wasn't really that good, because the account I bought wasn't really endgame. It's like okay-ish. It's like high tier, but not really endgame. But people still take me because like I got my reputation built in Taiwanese Dragoness, and people know me because me posting videos and stuff. So yeah, that's like how it worked for me. So I didn't really search for raid parties in C. Like people just find me and invite me instead. And that's what happened to me. But back when TDN, I did apply to multiple parties. Like most of them just take me because I'm pretty geared. it didn't? That's so weird. For some reason, it'll actually keep on not critting. It's weird. Is it because my crit's not full, or is this just because I have bad luck today? Yeah, see, when it crits and when it not crits, like it's doing a very big damage difference because of the TD. But yeah, connection is important, but connection won't be the main reason people take you into raids. Yeah, like it's a utility problem for OF for sure. Hello. But yes, generally healer have like lower gear requirements, so that's a thing. Like for example, for Fox, like Saint is like really pretty much irreplaceable because of immortality. OF can't do that. OF only have the what's it called? Damage increase, like 5% special debuff, which is like very garbage. Can't really feel it. In fact, like if you see OF in Kadrina's party, usually it means that they are friends with the PO or something like that. Or they are the party leader. Something like that. Like they get in because of special connections. Otherwise, most party would choose physician over OF. That's like the sad part. Do I play Roblox? Nope. It's just that OF right now is too weak. Like previously it's always getting OF and Saint instead of physician, because physician heals are weaker. But then now that the heals aren't really that important anymore, people take physician more because the physician got dispenser and OF got like nothing. That I think is the main issue. But then there's still something that only OF can do, is that the damage reduction on OF ulti is still 50%, while Saint ulti is only 30% now. So that's a thing, but that's like not too big of an advantage, I'll say. But yeah, generally, if you see OF in the high end raid party, it makes that the guy is friends with the party members. Because otherwise, they will take a physician. Like physician is there for like more action speed, more attack. There's dispenser. There's like durational cure, which like OF can't do any of that. The only thing OF is good at is just more heals. And if you see people take OF over Saint, it means that either their PO is the OF, or the OF is like an important person, or the OF is the guy who do the shot calling or something like that. Yeah. Because in Treasure Nest, Saint is just so much better than OF. Main thing is just immortality is just too strong. Someone opened it. Have I bought? All my equipments are farmed. That I think is a small issue though. Cause like usually even if they know like where the healing relic is, they won't go there. That's my experience. Like even when there's healing relic, even if they can see it, they still won't go there. They still won't go there. It's like there's no difference. So like what I usually do is that I just tell them that like the heal is beside the boss. The easiest way. But on the good side, at least they made the unseen art debuff perma, which is a good change. Because previously it's like really bad, like there's nothing that you can say about OF that's really good. Now you have the unseen art being a perma debuff, and it's really easy to apply it. So that's the good stuff. Oh, back to the how much equipment that I bought. The only equipment I bought was the EOD stuff because I don't have time to farm it myself. All the other stuff are self-farmed or self-enhanced. I didn't buy anything. Even my plus 13 stuff are self-enhanced. So yeah. But did I spend a lot to enhance them? Yes, I did. How much I spent, I don't remember, and I don't want to remember. Like, once you start counting how much you spend in the end, you will want to quit. And that's the rule. Because you will figure out it's not really worth for you to play the game. Why I keep on getting defense, Jade? This is not fun. Tips for farming? I'll suggest try to minimize your screen so that you can have some video to watch while farming. That will make the farming experience better because it's really boring to do the repetitive stuff. But like some people will suggest you to farm with friends. It doesn't necessarily work. Yeah. Thank you, Wara. I really need RNG on this character. Like, it's really tilting because I rarely farm plunder on my BP, but when I did, I farmed 5 runs and it dropped 2 FDJ, and there are 2 attack FDJ, 1 battle, 1 limitation. Meanwhile, I farm like more than 3,000 or 4,000 runs on my impactor. I don't even have like one FDJ drop. I doubt so, cause like you see the Defensio remake is just so shit. Like it's even worse when I actually gear Defensio up. Like I see the DPS difference between Impactor and Defensio. I'm just like, oh, okay, and then like it's not working. It's like 70%. Impactor is stronger than Defensio, about 70%. Like even before nerf, it's 50%, but not nerf, but before remake, it's like Impactor is 50% stronger than Defensio. Now it's like 70%. It's just so bad right now. I don't know what to say actually. They didn't make the class easier to play also, because that now you don't have the brain dead super armor. Now you need to block, and the block is like super buggy. Sometimes when you block, like it doesn't even respawn properly. So yeah. I'd rather believe that they didn't do anything to my class. Anything worth for me to actually invest again on the class. But yeah. Like the defensive revamp is just so bad. It's so bad to the point that they didn't really add like any new animation to the skill Jades. The BMJ is literally just recolored version of the Bone Break skill. There's no action speed increase, no animation change, no AoE increase, anything. It's just like red colored Bone Break. Then for the BJ, I can say it's about the same. Like they just give the skill a green color. That's all. Oh my god, the action bug again. Don't have friends? You need to find a good guild for you to find friends, I guess. Like, I would suggest don't go into those big guilds with Blossom Stones, because those usually have, like, people with, like, fixed parties already. Yeah, ID always nerf my class. Like, to the point I feel like it's a bit stupid of, like, what they did to Defensio. Like, I'm okay if the class is weak and they at least, like, show more effort in the skill J. But then, like, literally the Defensio skill J have, like, no fucking animation change, like, no AoE changes, no whatever. That is really disappointing. I do like the animation, like the Bone Break animation and the ground spike animation. Those are cool. But then, like, the skill G doesn't do anything to it. Like, at least the Arena Wild Rush have a faster cast, so that it looks cool. But for Defensio, like, there's literally nothing. Yeah, like, I like solo farming more. But then plunder you must do with people. There's too much stuff to farm in the end now. And then there's like certain contents that you must do in parties. So that isn't necessarily good. Like the only time you want to find people to farm with you is when you are doing plunder hunts or when you are doing nightmare. Other stuff it's faster for you to do solo. I mean, unless your class is bad for soloing, otherwise usually it's faster for you to solo stuff. Oh yeah, good attack Jades, that's what I mean. Yeah, maybe, but like, personally, I don't really like to trash talk people. Like, usually, like, for me, I will complain if people are not playing the game properly, like, such as using cheats or something that I don't like, scamming I don't like. But then, like, if you are just bad at the game, I won't really say anything. Because some people just play the game for fun, and they don't want to get so serious. And then I do know that people will react badly if you trash talk them on how they play. Because I've seen that a lot. Like, previously, I like to joke about my friends back in TDN. They don't really react that nice. A lot of them are just, like, very self-conscious of what they are doing, so when you point it out to them, they won't react nicely. SD. Yeah, SD is better. Smasher, not really that good. Because the second awakening doesn't really boost her, and then another thing is that SD second awakening is actually good. No. Like, some people are okay. Like, they seems okay when you like good trash talk them. They seems okay, but they are actually not okay. A lot of people are like that. I mean, not necessarily in C, but there's a lot of people in the Taiwanese server that like acts as if they are okay to make joke about their piloting, but they are actually like very tilted when you do that. Like, it really depends on who you are playing with, but generally, like, from my experience, I'd rather not talk anything about people playing badly. Even as a joke, I don't like to talk about it. Because, personally, I don't really like people pointing out to me that I played badly, because sometimes it's not my fault, it's like my net being, like, garbage. But then, like, sometimes I'm okay with it, because it's funny. But, yeah. Like, you don't really know, like, how people will react to it. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm okay with you talking like that to me, but then they are not actually okay. They are not okay about it. They are tilted. They just don't show. Like, a lot of people are like that. Like, in my previous server, it was like that. So, yeah. But maybe it's like different cultures, because I do find like sometimes like some fun trash talk is nice, lightens up the mood, but then sometimes like it's not okay. But generally, like, if you farm with friends, that's like what I'm doing right now is what you see, like what usually will happen, because we do too many runs, so that like we don't really talk. It's just like doing the same thing, but with other players. No, I think it's around like 1%. Oh, good, I got an attack Jade. That's a good thing. %? Oh, maybe 3%. I just remember it's like low rate. I can run on 3%. Eden has a new fast rising Tempest. Well, that might be someone who just got lucky on the TV or unlucky on the TV. Oh, they are going to the Nissan portal so far. RT for Jade, I would say it's good because like they say it's that it's easier to cast and then the damage to CD ratio is better than the other Jades. Sorry for the burp, but yeah. VJ have a higher damage to CD ratio, so VJ is better for nesting. For dungeon clearing, I think Dreamy Jade will be the way. But then the Dreamy Jade CD is too long. Like, damage-wise, Virtual Jade is slightly higher than the other two. Did any party got Blessed Appear already? Personally, I think the Verdure Jade for RT is actually really good. Like, you can see Slowpoke's burst is really fast. So I'll say it's good, I guess. I did check the CD to damage ratio, the damage to CD ratio for Dreamy Jade though. It won't win regular Jade at all. Oh yeah, it's OP, but then enhancing it is like a lot of money also. Personally, I would think like EOD is better because like you can change between classes if you use EOD. Like that's especially the case for me because like I have gears for Defensio and Impactor, so with EOD I can decide like which class I want to play without changing gears. Like changing much gears. The fact that Heavenly goes on the base class instead of like the second specialization is just good for me. Yeah, like we talked about this in the other Discord, but I am more like math, actual number based, because the BDJ numbers are better. Like DJ is good for dungeon clearing, but then for actual like endgame players, they don't really do dungeons and they don't really give a shit about whether dungeon clearing is good or not. Like you also need to consider the other factors, like such as is it worth like rolling a DJ tail and deco? I don't think it's on right now. Oh wait, so. Yeah, like I don't think like dungeon is something that you should focus on, cause to be honest, you using a +10 DJ is good enough for wave clearing. For +15, more like doing bosses or something like that. The BMJ is worse than BJ, yes. The BMJ is not good. I heard that BMJ got some AoE issues, but I'm not sure. Like, I don't really remember stuff if it's from another class. I only I save my memory for classes that I play. Okay, let me see, what can I do now? Why is Cook not back yet? Yeah, no one is playing. Feels Batman. I didn't expect like no one farming right now is an issue too. Yeah. Maybe I should go craft the dark crystal while waiting. Why no reply when I'm asking him to go? What the fuck? Thanks for subscribing. I think craft the glove first. Glove increase the most. Then shoe is only good if you have like 2 parts already, or at least another part. Also just glove, then if you are not using evil giant earring, then craft the earring next, then shoe. If you are using evil earring, then you use shoe and glove. Yeah, I wish they nerfed Mara also. What the fuck is this fucking shit boss? Now I really miss Defensio, like the pre-event version, because I won't get cancelled by stuff like that. Like it's really annoying. Keep on get cancelled by stuff. Miss Defensio when I can just play Brain Dead. Oh my god. Why didn't the domination rise high enough for me to... Hello. Yeah, I have I have 3 sets actually, not 2 sets. Like, I don't want to roll for I didn't intend to roll for Defensio, but then the feathers are just too cheap, so I bought some and then go re-roll. The first one I got was straight like Bone Break, then I was like, might as well finish the set, then end up like having 2 parts for Bone Break. Yeah. Strongest Lancia class now, I will say probably Flurry. Flurry is quite good. Flurry, then Avalanche about the same as BP. Flurry is like better than the 2, but it's only like slightly better. They're all like not good DPSs for this meta. Yeah, like actually they are not bad, but then now the tier 1 class like Mara is just so much stronger, so like if you compare, she's just bad. Yeah, the Lancia classes are just bad if you compare to Mara, because like same gear Mara can do like maybe triple DPS of like what the Flurry or Avalanche or the VP do. Yeah. Will I still be playing Ring Grid? Yeah, I'm still gearing up my Ring Grid slowly. But then there's a buyer for my Ring Grid stuff, so I might sell them if the guy decides to buy. But then I don't think he will be buying anytime soon, so I'll still be playing. Like the only time that you will see me quit Ring Grid is when someone wants to buy my FDN Hardcore, my Gust, and also my BMJ. Like, if the guy wants to buy all 3, then you will see me quit Ring Grid. For now, I'm still keeping her. She even got LB16 Treasure Nest Party. Yes, except, like, I think Silver Hunter. Other archer classes are better than Lancia classes, yeah. Sniper is about 7% stronger than Tempest, but it really depends on the DPS environment, because Tempest have like way more iframes. Oh my god, I keep on drinking when I want to do Element Debuff. You know what, I'm just going to remove the stupid drink pot from my hotkeys later. Let me just throw this out so that I won't click it anymore. It's really stupid when I keep on clicking the dream pod. Yeah, Silver Hunter is very bottom of the archer class. I don't think it will disappear. I think it will stay there. But then I didn't do on lower floor, so I never got the chance to test whether if it disappears. I remember it snowed, like it will just stay there. Unless it's the same rules as the Dungeon Invader, then it would disappear if you didn't lower it to a certain HP. I think. I'm not sure. Like I'm the worst person you should ask for those kind of stuff because I don't do nest hunt that much. The only thing I do a lot is raid. So if you ask me about raid stuff, I can answer. But for nest stuff, sometimes I can answer it correctly, sometimes I can't. Yeah, sniper got sniper's like at like good, like just like slightly lower than Mara, I think, in terms of DPS. Not slightly lower, like a lot lower, but then it's like at the tier right below Mara. Still 30% weaker than Mara, but it's at the tier below Mara with Crusader and all the meta classes. That's not Mara. So yeah. But then damage wise, she's like 7% better than Tempest only. But yeah, I'll say, like, yeah, like there's just nothing much to say. It's just that Mara is just too strong. So the other even if your class is good, it looks bad compared to Mara. Yeah. Oh well. Best first class? Bursting out, I think Glad is good. Like Glad has the highest skill damage out of all classes now. Then Destroyer also not bad because like free rolling attack spam, like the sudden burst is like really big. Then Impactor 2 ill action spam also good. So yeah. Generally, I would say any class that have those CTC skills are good for bursting. Or just have a very high board damage like Glad. Back to crafting. Actually, I think one-hit classes can be considered as first class too. maybe. Like really depends on how you look at it. Because from the old standards, all the classes right now are burst classes. Because the skill Jade does like 60 or 70 or 80% of your total damage. So technically you are a burst class because you are not relying on other skills. Then it just depends on how long like your CDS to determine like whether your burst is like big or no. Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure if I'm making sense. Probably I am. But yeah, like the main changes they did with the skill Jade patch is that they made all classes into burst classes, as in like all classes are one skill wonders. So when you are not using your Jade skill, like whatever skill you are using, it doesn't really do that much damage. Even the hero skill is more like a burst type skill. So yeah, you can say all classes are burst class now. The only difference is just whether the CD is long and whether like it's like a lot of damage or no, something like that. Hi Jenna. I'll say depends on whether you like ML playstyle, because Gladys is significantly harder to play if you have the aggro and if you are not experienced in the class. Yeah. Not sure if I worded it right. Well, skills, all classes, and depends on like what Jade you are using. Like there's 3 different Jades for you to choose from. Face reveal, more donations. More donation equals face reveal. Like the reason I don't like to show like too much information about myself is because that like when you get haters, it will be very hard for you to stand because they start to attacking your like IRL info. That's like one of the reasons why I don't want to share any of my IRL info to anyone, so that they can attack me based on it. Then like my previous stream, you see like my previous stream, I always see like one guy just come to my stream and trash talk me and stuff. So as long as those type of people exist, you won't see me showing my IRL info or whatever, unless I get paid for it. Like paid a lot for it, then maybe I'll consider. Because personally, I don't think I am like celebrity type of beauty, because I'm not. And then I'm not very self-confident on how I look, since I'm more of an introvert. And I like, yeah, like my IRL isn't going like very good, so face reveal probably won't happen unless I can earn from stream, but I can't, so yeah. Oh wow, there's a pouch. So good. I want pouch also. Like recently, there's a Facebook drama on the Blade Wind skill that have their Yo Master IRL photo being mocked at. Like, this will happen if you show your photo in, like, online. Like, people will search for it to trash talk you. High grade goddess, Swerve, or 13 weapon first. I think 13 weapon is more worth, because the high grade plate doesn't guarantee you to get the plate you want. So I'll say go with the 13 weapon first. Yeah, if I get paid for it, I don't mind. Like, to me, everything you can buy with money. If you can't, it means that you didn't pay enough. Yeah. But yeah, if you want me to show my face or like any arrow info just for being trash talked by people, I'm not really going to do it. Because I'm pretty sure I'll get more comments that doesn't like me, like commenting that, oh, you're ugly, blah 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 blah, you're fat, blah 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 blah, something like that. And then more of those kind of comments than on stuff like, oh, you're pretty or something, whatever. Yeah. Because anyhow, people will find a way to attack you when you are like I won't say I'm a public figure, but I'm pretty much a public figure in Dragon Nest because I'm streaming. So yeah. Here you guys played 401 being sold by Stas or buying from Jinta. I'll say all RNG. If you're unlucky, then it's all not worth. If you're lucky, then you can just get 200% plate from opening a random goddess plate dropping from dungeons. Like, that depends on whether you want to gamble. And for now, if you have the money, I really suggest you to gamble on TD with Tail and Deco instead of plates. Because the feathers won't be always this cheap. Like, it's only cheap now because of the event. Like, I'm pretty sure after the event stock ran out, it will be as expensive as before, which is 100k for one. Like, that's a very big price difference. Oh, I have 2 Gust Dragon mounts, not 1, but 2. This is one of the accounts with the most Gust Dragon mounts in the server. I have 3 of them. The other one is on my BP. My Impactor I have 2. I can change them. CD play better than 131. I think 131 is good enough to use because CD play doesn't really boost your LD instant, but 131 play boosts your LD instant. So I think 131 will be better. Even if you are using the 15 Jade, the difference will be very small. Yeah. For Glad, it's a special case because the LD instant actually do a lot of damage. For classes like, for example, Defensio, the instant doesn't really do that much damage. So using CD plate, if there is, it's better. Like for BMJ, but then BMJ doesn't have a CD plate. How much powders do I need for plus 18? Let me check. Yeah, you can't get Lucky Blossoms anymore. Why do I have tags? Where's those tags? Let me see. Goddess plate in special storage? I don't think you can. Just let me check the how much red powders I need for 18. Red powders, 18 red powders need, wow, 60. 60 red powders. I'm still 40 powders away. Mods, visual mods, yeah, I use visual mods. I use daylight mod so that like my maps are brighter than other people. Then I also use some effect reduction, mostly the eye stacking removal, something like that, so that my PC won't lag. Not PC, but laptop. Yeah, you can put Goddess Plate in special storage. Gambling Tail and Deco have like way higher rates than Gambling Goddess Plates, because it's like 2% for you to get your own classes. You cannot trade. You cannot trade. If you can trade, you will see my BP using a 200% LT already. I can't. My LT is on my impactor instead of my BP. Is Ripper still worth playing? DPS wise, not really, but if you like the class a lot, you can play. Like, it's fun, but then if you are looking for DPS, I'll suggest you go to play Amara. Amara DPS probably 2 times of Ripper. Or maybe 3 times. It's hard to say. Probably 3 times of Ripper. Since I think Ripper is weaker than Avalanche. How many reroll? Bone break? My tail only 1 reroll. My deco, I think 19 or 18. Not much. Why don't I use Buster class? Because I don't like end classes. I don't play end classes at all. I only play P-attack classes because previously my account is assassin based. So like at the old days, the Jades are not shared between P-attack and M-attack classes. And a lot of the gears are not shared also. That's why I go for, oh my god, this hurts. I'm not from PH, I'm from Canada. Hello. Like back in the old days, it's very hard for you to share gears between int classes and physical attack classes. Since I play assassins, I can play both agi and strength classes. That's why you see I play mostly either agi or strength classes now. Cause back in the old days, I can't play any classes. So all my gears are not in gears, and then when I gear up, like all my engravings are P attack. So I can't really play M attack classes unless I want to change all of them. That's why you don't see me play in classes. Like my account, for whole account is P attack. TDS, the cube. No, I didn't get any Iron Lens. If I get Iron Lens, you will see me showing a ring grid. It'll be 17 clear STG with Iron Lens TD. I only get Bone Break. Funny thing is, my tail I rerolled it to Hovering Blade for 4 times. 4 times Hovering Blade. I didn't get anything for Flurry Avalanche. I think I got 1 Avalanche. Then nothing for Ring Grid. Yeah, I get 1 Extreme Twister. Yeah, Extreme Twister. Then all my other stuff are Hovering Blade. I think I got CC also. I'm not sure. I don't really remember. Like, I re-rolled because I know that I got, if I get Iron Lance or Bone Break, it's a good deal for me since I play both classes. And if I get Blade Runner, but then I don't play Ripper anymore. If I still have my Ripper BMJ, I will gladly keep it, but then I don't play Ripper anymore. If I get any Iron Lance rolls, I would stay Ring Grid, and I won't sell the Ring Grid stuff, but then I end up getting 2 Bone Break. So what happened is that I probably going to sell my sub-impactor skiers in the future, so that I have more funds. But for now, I'm just going to keep it, because I kind of want to make sure that my sub is strong as the old sub-impactor before selling the stuff. Yeah. I reroll it. I don't keep it, I just reroll it. If I see the class is a class that I will never use, then I will just reroll it. Like, I get a lot of Black Strikes, but I know that I won't play Mara at all. I won't play any in the classes. That's what I decided, so I didn't keep any of it. Like, previously I've been thinking about playing Buster, but then I didn't get that much Lightning Elevation, so I didn't keep any of them. And also, I don't have a Lightning Elevation plate on here. I think I'll even keep if I get Carnival Rush BMJ. But then, but yeah, I didn't get any of it. I straight reroll into Bone Break. That's not my ID. That's not my ID. That's Jenna's ID. I don't play Physician. You won't see me play in the classes. If you see me in classes, it means that's not my account. That's how easy it is. For healer, I prefer to play LF, even though the class is bad. Yeah. Sorry I got the party already, and I probably will stop streaming soon. Like, I'll stream until 5. Then after that, I need to go sleep. It's pretty... But it's 2 AM for me, and I need to wake up later at 7:30ish for raid. So yeah. Actually, I need to get ROS, ROB, and ROD for my Defensio too. I'm gonna do it later. How many percent I get for my class? Like, it's 2% for you to get 1 class, but then if you're talking about VJ, back when I reroll, I only play BP. Like, the only VDJ class I play is BP, so back then it's 2%. Oh no, this is not good. Okay. The worst part is that the person didn't trigger. That's the worst. Like for BMJ, for now it's like 4% for me to get in my class since I played 2 out of the 40, almost 50 classes. Yeah. Machina spin-off? I hope it's an ice Machina, because there's not many ice classes. Why is my game so bright? Because I used the daylight mod? I hope it's an ice class, but I think they will probably do a dark Machina, because the whole launcher class is ice already. I mean, light already. Doesn't make sense for them to make more lights. But then there's also a lot of dark classes. I hope that it's like Dark Avenger, that it's not light or dark. Colored green? Sounds like dark classes. I don't think they'll make a light Machina though, because we already have Buster and Packer as light for Machina. You see, they didn't do light for Lencia also, because Steam Breezer is already light class. So we might get a dark Machina. Like that. Still have 2 or 3 months, I think, before I'll stop. Hopefully I can get something good. Like, oh, they got 1 pouch and 1 hammer. Can I get an FD I don't really need the pouch or the hammer. I just need an FD I think I'm asking too much. It's not like FD will drop every day, right? I don't think you will get punished for buying the cheap shiny feather from bots, cause it's a proper transaction, and then you can say that you pay the money. It's not like you didn't pay the money. Like if you buy it from the marketplace, I think it's fine. It's not like you are not buying through gold or something. If it's through gold, it's okay, and trust me, a lot of people do that. All the endgame players buy the feathers from bots. If they don't get banned, you shouldn't get banned also, right? Same, I never get FD on this character. But if this one is my main and I don't get FD on it, it's just so bad. Actually, how much percentage is O actually doing? I think probably a lot, like 43, yeah. But yeah, like if you compare this detail to Defensio detail, you can see that the Defensio is actually weak, because all the other skills are not 0%. Defensio have skills that are 6% or 8%. Yeah, Defensio is just weak. Because the Jade still is weak. It was bad, man. This guy's so nice. Thank you, Jade and Avian Plunder. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. 真会 have a lot of FDJs. Like me and him is like the completely opposite. I didn't get any FDJ and he keep on getting FDJ. I really hope that I can. Oh, it's a scammer? Okay. Oh, it's a scammer, yeah. It doesn't matter, it didn't pay anyways. He scammed so much that everyone recognized him. Thanks for reminding chat. And thanks for pointing out. I don't really do plunder that much. Ta-da-da-da-da. This is why I need to stream plunder on screen so that people will tell me which one is scammer. Save time for me. I think I almost do like 1 or 2 more runs, then I'll need to stop. Because it's getting close to 5 and I want to at least get like 4 hours sleep before I need to wake up. While waiting, let me just open, and it seems like it's hard to find quest holders now also. So pretty much like 1 more run then I'll stop, I guess. How plunder scammers work? They tell you that they have the quest, and then they go inside and then ask you to pay first, or sometimes they just want to troll you. They just go inside and then leave party. And something like that. Like some of them is just want to troll you. That happens when you have haters, which I encountered once. It's annoying when it happens. But there's nothing you can do unless you want to report to ED, which they don't always entertain. Even if they do, it doesn't really do much for those trolls. Yeah. But then, like, for scammers, they'll ask you to pay before going in, like, before clearing. And then when clear, they leave, or they just straight take the money and leave. It's kind of like the GGN Co-op Alliance scammer back then, if you remember, back in like 2020, not December, but November. Like it kind of works the same way. Yeah, they waste your FTG. Sometimes even take your money if you allow them to take the money first. That's why for plunder you should never ask them to like take the money before you finish the run, because that's like what will happen. But then the same thing as for those plunder holders, they sometimes got like people who are buying plunder but never pay them and just straight leave party. So what you want to do is just to make sure that whoever that's buying plunder is geared and have a like it's pretty geared, so that when you bird them, it actually got some use. Best is that like always record the run, just in case. Like it's a waste of like your data space, but then if you record the run, it's harder for them to run away. Yeah. Yeah. You just leave party if they don't agree to pay after. Oh, this one's the RSO. By will be 16 under 50 one party PM. Hard to say. I do know there are very, very trashy players who are very endgame gear, like with Yodi and everything, and then they still scam people. Because when they scam, they won't get punished, because they can just say that, oh, it's a poser, it's not me. So just make sure that when you trade, every time you have the whole thing on video, if you are asked to pay first, just in case. Because otherwise they can just say that it's a poser, it's not them. Or if you are doing IRL transactions, like cash transactions, they can ask their credit card company to refund them, and then just don't pay for your services. So that might happen also. I do know several endgame players who are currently still playing the game that do this. I cannot say their name out, because if I do so, I'll get into trouble. So yeah, there are a few endgame players that will actually do that. Half EOD, half Prime. They will do it because they won't get punished for it. Like, people won't believe that you got scammed by them. So if you really need to transact with people, make sure you videotape it. Okay? Like, not all people are like that, but I do know some, and I cannot list the IGN to you guys because I'll get in trouble. It does happen. It really does happen. The worst part is that they will like their friends will cover it up for them. So there's nothing much you can do. Like they will have like the whole influential guild standing on their spot, like standing on their side, and will back them up, and they'll just say that, oh, confirm you got scammed by the posers, confirm not them, or something like that. So best is you make sure that you videotape it, video everything, record everything when you are trading with endgame players or whoever that's doing transaction with you. As long as it's like high amounts, it's better for you to do it. Small amounts, you feel that even if you get scammed, you won't really, it's not really a big deal, then you don't need to do it. But if it's bigger amounts, then probably best for you to record it, so that either you know how not to get scammed by a poser in the future, or you have evidence to point it out that it's actually the person who scammed you. So yeah. There are people like that, okay? Then really you can't do anything because people think they are trusted, but they're not. I see like a few players are like that. It's just sad that I can't point out the names because later on I get into trouble. sometimes even if you have evidence, they can find a way so that like people will ignore you. So it's really hard to deal with like geared scammers. That's the hard part. Personally, I'll say for me at least, I won't want my guild or my friends to be people who scam or who lie a lot. That type of people I don't like. So at least I can say in Eden, if anything like that happen, we won't stand behind our members if they are in the wrong. As long as you can show like evidence that it's like clear evidence that like it's their fault, then we'll believe you. Yeah, at least for me. I can't. I can't. Because legit, I will get into big trouble if I do it. So yeah, better for me to just stay quiet. That's the sad part, because you can't really say anything about it. Like those endgame players that actually scams, they are really good with kind of like hiding the evidence. So all the evidence are not direct evidence. That's why it's hard for you to pinpoint. I mean not pinpoint, but persuade people that he is actually a scammer. Yeah, because the thing is that you won't think that you need to video or record the trading process with the guy because he's geared, but then it does happen. Like one of the more known thing that happened before is that one of my friends is a ladder servicer, and then he got like one client that's well known and very geared. Yeah, it's 5 p.m. This is probably my last one, but yeah. Like, anyways, let me finish the story. Like one of my friends is a ladder servicer, and then he got one client who's actually very geared. He has like crime and stuff. Then the guy promised him like good payment. Like I think it's like around like 1 or 2 M, but then end up never paying him. Instead, pay him only like 500K or something like that. And then you know what he did? The geared client just delete all the message history, so that if my friend didn't screenshot their conversation before, there's nothing he can do about it. But in the end, he decided not to report it because it's hard for him to report it because the guy is very famous and stuff. But stuff like this happened, and this is a thing. Like a lot of like people know about this issue. Like this particular incident. Yeah. Make friends with TN2 scammer, yeah, but that is a thing. So just make sure that when you are transacting like large amounts, always make sure that you screenshot the whole conversation and video the whole thing to make sure that when like people ask you actually have like evidence to post. But yeah, shit stuff happens. Hello? Yeah, those type of stuff happens. So, if you are doing large amounts of trading, just make sure you videotape the whole thing and then take record of the conversation, especially for Discord conversations, because they can just delete stuff, which I know a particular endgame player loves to do it, just so that you don't have evidence against him. So you need to save the chat history in another place, like not in Discord, but save it on your computer if you are doing large transactions. Yeah. That's a lesson learned for everyone. I also don't know that. I also didn't think that this kind of thing would happen, but then I see too many cases. Then I was like, okay, so people like this still exist. But yeah. Hopefully the stream is educational, not boring. Yeah. I kind of want to stream more, but then it's really time for me to sleep. I will do a treasure nest stream later at around 11 p.m. because it's my Defensio's run. So if you want to watch my Tinker POV on treasure nest, feel free to come and stay around at around 11 p.m. I'll make sure that I will start the stream on time. And yeah. Nothing else much to say. Any last questions before I close the stream? I'll be taking like ROB, ROD, ROS before I close my stream. So if you have questions, you are welcome to ask it right now. And since I still have like pretty much like around like 2 or 3 minutes before I actually close it. Oh, there's actually, sorry for not looking at the bluebird. So since the seabird bluebird actually are like, they refresh too fast, so I can't see. My friend tagged me in another Discord that like someone birded me for support. One of the viewers just now. Thank you. Let's go to Maze Portal Worth. Yes. Thanks for a subscription. Advice for plus 13 up enhancement. Personally, what I would do is that I prefer to straight enhance. I don't like to use sacrifices, but it's best for you to use some sort of sacrifice. So what I usually do is that I like to enhance Minos. Like I'll prepare several like 4 free Minos plus 10 gears, and then I'll enhance it before I enhance my plus 13 and higher gears. And then when I click it, I'll click it only after I break like 3 to 4 Minos parts. Then I click it. Usually it will go up, but this is just like a ritual. It doesn't really do anything. It do fail, but then when it fail, I won't show it in video because it's very boring if like that. Good night. Maze Portal is worth because of the high grade origin. If you manage to reach the last boss of the floor, you have 1 to 2% of dropping the high grade origin, which is around 75k right now. I'll say it's pretty much worth to do it. Okay, I'm not sure if Panera is still on. Machina class for newbie. I'll suggest go for Impactor. Impactor I feel is the easiest class to understand because Defensio and Rina have a lot of like special mechanics for the class, while Impactor is just the intense shock bubbles, which is not really that important right now because most of your damage is on L action. VDJ, yeah. Where is ROD? I'll just wait 1 minute and see if the party shows up. But yeah. Buster is a bit buggy, so I don't recommend the class. Rina now with the Steam system is actually pretty hard to play. Like there's a lot of buttons to press. Then the duck is like pretty hard to use if you're a newbie. So yeah. But for Defensio, it's just the class is really clunky, and you need some sort of boss like understanding of the boss attack patterns for you to use the block properly. And then the class is buggy itself, so I don't recommend to play this class unless you really like the playstyle. That might be the case. Just that I don't feel it's worth playing because the class is not really that rewarding. Like even if you play it very well, like there's not much difference in your DPS. Yes, Impactor uses BDJ. That one, like Impactor is the Machina with the highest DPS right now. And she is fairly easy to play because it's really simple. You can do around 80% of the damage if you just spam L action and domination. Yeah. There's also some stuff on bubble management, but not much. So Machina easiest class is Impactor now. The only problem would be the AoE, but that's a shared problem for all the Machinas except Buster. Because even Ruina AoE is really bad. Defensio AoE is also bad unless you use the BDJ. Impactor, the L action AoE is just garbage. So basically, unless you play Buster, otherwise all the Machina classes share like bad AoE on the skills. Okay. I don't think I will get ROD. Like it doesn't seem like Panya is online. So I guess this will be all today. Thanks for watching again, and see you guys later at 11 p.m. Oh, you play classes with her? Yeah. If you're asking for which Machina is the most fun, I'll say is Rina. Impactor is actually quite boring because there's not much you can do with the class. Like there's 2 long iframes, then there's 2 cancel skill, 1 with iframe, one is just aerial. Not really that interesting to play, I'll say. No problem. I really recommend Rina though, because the class is really fun, and then you will feel like, oh, I can get better on the class just because Duck is the Awakening Duck is just such a good skill. It's like really fun to use. I really recommend. Like I will play Rina if I have like 200% Wild Rush plate or 200% Flying Kick plate, but I don't have either of them. So yeah. Okay, let me just close the stream now. Thanks for watching. I'll stream Defensio, Plentiful Trophiness at 11 p.m. later. Defensio and GMT+8 later. Bye everyone.